live, huh? Okay, just sit down, all right, all of you. Sit down. Yes, that's better. Thank you, Karma. Please do not carry the chair, please. Sorry, do not drag the chair, carry the chair. Okay, how is the lighting right now? Is that okay? The lighting is all right? Can you see me clearly there? All right. Okay. Okay, good morning, class. All right, have a seat. I'm very happy that all of you are present today. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, this morning our lesson is broadcasted live. It's not just in College Tengku, College Tingkatan 6 Tun Fatimah, but also all over Malaysia because I have a lot of fans all over Malaysia. All right, so you can open the link that I sent to our class group. All right. Once you have opened the link, that will help you to, can you hear me clearly? No, I want everyone to answer here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No, I want those people in the YouTube to answer me. All right, that's good. That's good. They can hear me. Okay. So are we ready to start? Have you clicked on the link? Because you are not allowed to. Okay, class, please settle down, Nabil. Okay, are you ready? Okay, you can communicate via the chat room, yeah, because I will start my presentation very soon. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Okay. Okay, this morning, okay, I would like to wish a very good morning and welcome to our CEFR aligned MUET speaking assessment workshop. Okay, I'm very grateful not only to our MUET panel, but also to our entire college, the administration who have given me this honor, all right, and privilege to share some information and new knowledge regarding speaking assessment. Okay, before we go on to speaking assessment, okay, there are a few things that I would like to ask you. Okay, yes, I would like to wish all of you a very warm welcome. All right, give yourselves an applause for coming to school today. All right. Okay, so you will be sitting for your MUET speaking examination or test, trial test on next Monday. Are you ready? Yes or no? Okay, we have done a lot, but I want to ask you about how do you feel about speaking? How do you feel? Is this how you feel? Yes or no? Okay, right? You are scared, you don't know what to say, and so do I. Now, there are three essential qualities for you to be successful in any speaking test. First of all, is determination, right? That means that you will not give up. Even if you do not do well for your trial speaking test, but you will continue to improve yourselves. Confidence, and thirdly, practice, because practice makes perfect. Okay, what are the objectives of this workshop? First of all, this workshop will teach you on how to organize your thoughts in a logical and meaningful sequence, right? Okay, are you clear about this? How, okay, we have discussed in class, all right, and whenever you get the question, you only have 2 minutes to prepare, am I right? So you got to be logical in the arrangement of your ideas, okay? So and the second objective is, of course, to know the format. Now the format part we will go on to later, but first it's about this, okay? And this sequencing of your ideas is important because it you are speaking in real time, okay? And you will feel overwhelmed because you have to think about what to say, how to say it, why are you saying it, all at the same time. You need to express your thoughts clearly so that your listeners can understand you accurately. And sometimes when you are nervous, you tend to mumble your words. So it's my strong advice for you to remove your mask when you are doing your speaking test, especially for the examination. Okay, right? So how to speak so that people want to listen? This is one of the YouTube links. I've given you a copy of these slides, so you can go to the link, or you can just Google search Julian Treasure, how to speak so that people want to listen. This is a very important skill because you know what? When you speak in such a tone that people would like to know what is it that you are talking about. Okay, and that is when you achieve all that, not just in your ideas, but your body language is so important. Okay, your eye coordination, your hand movement, everything plays a part. Okay, next is responding to various forms of questions and sustained questioning in appropriate context. So this one, you can watch this YouTube link, 20 essential English phrases, okay, for daily conversation by Vanessa. So you can Google that and watch this YouTube, okay? Now, which part is this skill important? Is it part one or part two? When you're responding to questions. Part two, that's right. Yeah, because you will be responding to your friends. Am I right? Okay, very good. Next, paraphrasing and rephrasing information. In order to make it clear to your listeners, you need to paraphrase and rephrase your ideas. Okay, now by rewording your ideas, it may sometimes reinforce your opinions, especially in group discussions. Now, why is that very important to reinforce your opinion? That will show that you have a strong opinion, and the examiners will notice that you are able to rephrase your ideas. Okay, remember in yesterday's class, we rephrased in our email. Who can remember what were the words that we rephrased? Huh? Can you say louder? Assist, and another word was help. That's very good. So that's rephrasing. Am I right? Yeah? Okay. Well done. Okay. The next skill is turn taking and sustaining a turn. So all these notes are given in the slides. Later, we will go through that. How to take turns, okay? And there is also a YouTube video here, all right? Now, this is not just important for your test, but also when you're socializing, all right? When you say, allow me to interrupt, but when you say that, make sure that someone is talking and then you are interrupting. Don't say, allow me to interrupt when no one is speaking, and then you say that and it sounds awkward, right? Okay, so you need to know what to say at the right time. So you may watch the video link here for more information about this. Okay, and the next point is develop, organize, and present ideas of an argument. Okay, how this video will show you on how to be convincing. Okay, right? Because for your part especially, but part one also you need to be convincing because you need to believe in that idea that you are speaking about. But in part two especially, you need to be very convincing because it's almost like a debate there, all right? Like a mini debate because there is a group of 4 candidates. And I will teach you later about how to manipulate the points so that you will sound convincing, okay? And using markers in spoken discourse. What are the markers to introduce ideas? Give me an example, class. To introduce an idea. Very good. My first point is, all right, to develop ideas. What are the markers that I have taught you? When we speak more about the subject, what is it? Yes? Try. Come on, don't waste time. Don't be shy. How about moreover, furthermore, and so on, right? That in between an idea, for example, however, but, okay, that is showing a transition. What about concluding? This is why. Concluding? Come on, you don't know what is in conclusion, am I right? Yeah? Okay, explaining or clarifying a point. Okay, so those are all the linkers. For example, okay, so on. Okay, you have this link in the YouTube link, all right? IELTS speaking, better connectors, better fluency. So there are a lot of videos that have been given to you. The links have been given to you, right? Okay, so now, how many skills have I covered? Okay, there are about 7 skills that I have covered and I've given you 7 YouTube links. So please go back home and watch those links. Now, are there any questions about all that? Okay, if you are ready, then we will move on to the band descriptors. Okay, so I do not want to talk more about that, but it is not that difficult, as I said earlier, for you to obtain a band 3, whereby you only need about 123 points. So, and on average, you need about how many points? Divide by 4. About less than 40 points for each paper. So you need to pass each paper in order to get a band 3. Now, how do you go about doing that? Okay, for speaking especially, the focus of this workshop is on speaking, right? For part 1, it's 18 marks, while for part 2, it's more important. There are 24 marks allocated. And while in part 2, it's 3 minutes present to 12 minutes if it's a group 4, all right? 8 to 10 minutes if it's a group of 3, and 6 to 8 minutes if it's a group of 2, okay? Right, and those are the language functions that are covered, but I will go into the details in the following slides. Can I move on? Right, this is the sitting arrangement, okay, for your MUET speaking test that will on Monday in your class. So you will be seated according to, from my right, it will be candidate A, followed by B, and then B, opposite of B will be C, and right next to my left will be candidate D. Okay, and opposite, if during the real speaking test, there will be another examiner, a co-examiner, who will be seated opposite B and C, while the first examiner will be seated next to A and D. Okay, so what is the purpose? For you to be able to speak naturally and fluently. So from now, you need to practice how to speak for 2 minutes, class. So you got to time yourselves. Okay, I have given you all the session 1 question papers. Okay, go back home, start practicing your individual presentation. Try to elaborate as much as you can so that you can speak for 2 minutes. Okay, for part 1 and part 2, both is on a similar theme. Now, the themes can be varied. It can be on education or health or environment or social issues, okay? It can be anything. That is why you need to be well read. Because, okay, let's say educational topic comes out for your speaking test. But then, for your writing, a question on environmental issue comes out. So it may be a different thing, but of course for part 1 and part 2 for speaking, it is still the same. If it's on education, then part 2 will also be on education, okay? But the question for part 1, okay, is simpler. So you are not allowed to ask any questions during while you are preparing or whatever it is, okay? Because the words are all simple. They are at A2 level. While for the group discussion also, although it's a little bit more difficult, but you are not allowed to ask any questions. So that is why from now you need to read extensively, okay? I think I covered on that. You need to put your pens down, okay? While you are listening to the others presenting, you are not allowed to write anymore. And when you are given the question paper, please do not, I repeat, do not take the paper out of the plastic, okay? Because that question is recycled for that particular session. So you are given a paper to write on. So do not write on the plastic. Am I right? Okay, clear? Okay, some tips. Okay, read the given situation carefully. Okay, let's say for yesterday's question that we discussed in class, What was it about? We need to protect the environment, and for candidate A, what was it? Reducing the use of paper. So you need to link the using less paper with environmental protection. Not using less paper so that, for example, your sister will not fight with you. Then you will go out of topic. So that is why the situation is very important. Okay, link your ideas with the situation. Think of at least 3 points. Now, usually because you are given 2 minutes, you can speak for 2 minutes, right? But if 2 points is enough, it's sometimes not enough because you are speaking at a faster rate, because you are presenting, am I right? So that's why you may need at least 3 points. Okay? Now, what are the things that are how to elaborate? All right, the reasons will give you the elaboration. All right, to support the main points. So need to jot the points down. All right, but do not elaborate the points. Okay, so how do you go about doing that? Can someone switch on the light? Maybe the camera can up my teaching here. All right, can someone switch on the lights? Where is the switch? All right, I would suggest you to do a very short notes introduction. Okay, intro. What are you going to say about the environment, for example? Okay, all right. Okay, give me some points about the environment. Yesterday we talked about it. Yesterday was actually World Environment Day. What date was it? 22nd April. Okay, 21. Right? So we can see that the environment is being degraded. Right? And we need comprehensive efforts, for example. See, you have to write quickly, okay, to protect the environment. So this is your main idea, whatever that you're going to say about the situation. Then you go to your two main ideas. Point 1 and point 2. For paper, for example, how to reduce the use of paper. What is the first reason? How you have to recycle, for example, right? The second point is reduce, right? Okay, so recycle, give an elaboration, give an example, and then link it back to the situation. Same thing with reduce, elaborate, example, link it back to the situation. So this is your outline for part 1. Okay, very quickly you need to prepare within 2 minutes. Am I right? Okay. What do you do when you're presenting? You have to speak clearly. Those of you who have a very slow and monotonous voice, please speak up. Learn to speak up. Okay? Right? Rabiato? Okay? Speak in complete sentences. Okay? Although you should aim for grammatically correct sentences, do not sacrifice fluency for grammatical accuracy. This is the time when you just keep going. Even if you make mistakes, you just keep going. Do not stop because you have 2 minutes. Okay, I would like to share about this particular candidate. He just jotted down like just 1 point or so. So he spoke less than a minute, but he was proficient, but he was not fluent. And therefore, he did not score a band 3. And I felt very sad for him because he was very well dressed and everything. Okay, so don't blow your chance for excellence by lacking in preparation. So that is where your preparation time is very important. Okay, next, how you say it is as important as what you say. All right, I think I don't need to go on about this, but try to make eye contact with the examiner, but do not look for the for approval from the examiner. You don't need an approval from the examiner. Be confident on yourself, right? Okay. Now for part 2, now this is the toughest part. Okay. Now there is a situation given. Each candidate is given 3 minutes to prepare. All right. Now the point is that you have to either support or oppose the other's viewpoints. Okay. So when you are given a mind map with how many points? 5 points. Point 1, point 2, point 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter which sequence, you try to take 2 points for or 2 points against. Be prepared. So let's say for example, Nadia says, okay, speaks up against point number 2, you are also in agreement. You are also against point number 2. Therefore, for example, you will agree with Nadia. So here, the examiners want to see an active discussion. There shouldn't be a silence. Anyone can start the discussion. Okay? All right, no problem. All right, now, the aim of the discussion is to arrive at a decision. So you need to conclude your group discussion. So sometimes the examiners do not give you the time allocated. You can time yourselves, okay? All right? You can look at your watch, all right? And time yourselves. You think that you have arrived at about 10 minutes, okay? So you try to conclude, but don't conclude too early. This is one of the major mistakes that many candidates do during a speaking test. 5 minutes. And they said, in conclusion, then we will tell them, we say that you still have time. Would you like to go on? Right? Okay. Next. Okay, all the turn taking, asking for information and so on, we will try to go into that after this, because we are also the highlight of this workshop is that we have 4 students who have volunteered to take part in the speaking. All right, so we will give a sample question and we will invite them and they will speak with us. All right. Okay, so we will see them actually doing all these language functions afterwards. But I would like to emphasize on your non-verbal communication cues. Please show that if you agree, you nod. If you disagree, then you do whichever way that you like. And then if a particular member is quiet, what do? Draw him into the discussion. And that is also usually taken into account for interactive communication. Okay? And what if, okay, this is another point. For those students who will be presenting, Renee and group from PP2, they want to take this into consideration when they present their group discussion. Say, for example, point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is given in the question paper. What happens, okay, if a particular candidate gives 0.6, I think this out. Hang on. 0.6. A new idea is given. What happens, class? Will he be forfeited and, will we take out the marks? Will we minus the marks for him? Class, what do you think? Should we minus? Yes or no? No. Instead, we should award him higher or lower? Higher marks, because he has given a new idea. So what he has done is that he has widened the scope of the discussion. So think about that. You need to widen the scope of discussion by bringing in a new idea that no one has talked about. Okay? And examiners who are falling asleep will suddenly wake up and say, wow, this student deserves better marks. That is when you will be able to upscale your mark. If you are given a band 2, suddenly you get a band 3. You're given a band 3, suddenly you'll be given a band 4. Okay? That's the key, students. Widen the scope of discussion. Okay? And this is very important. Okay. So try to get everyone to speak. No one should remain silent. And in the group discussion, I don't want someone to manipulate or like control the group discussion. For example, you need not speak for such a long time, like 3-4 minutes. 1 or 2 minutes is fine. Okay, then you hand it over to the next speaker. Okay, so this is the criteria, okay, in the speaking assessment. All right, so in part 1, task fulfillment. Okay, how does this happen? When you have enough points. Now that is why content is so important, and that is why teacher always tells you please read widely, and I keep on posting Reader's Digest, the Star Online, all these materials to you. You need to read extensively, because then only you will have excellent development of ideas. Okay, now it's just like, for example, I can give you an analogy of the handphone. What do you do with a handphone without the apps? Can you use the handphone without the apps? It's just the same. If you don't have content, you cakap kosong. Okay, all right, you are speaking nothing. All right, you will keep on beating around the bush. But so please do not do that. All right, you need to have content that is relevant, appropriate, and with sophistication. Okay, I think I did show you this book, and I have shared the link. There is a video of the group discussion, okay, and you can see that particular video. You can watch this video for more information on how students develop their ideas. Okay, next part is the discourse management, your fluency. That means the speed at which you speak. Okay, all the ums and the ahs, the hesitation is taken into account here. All right, so try to speak without the ums and the ahs and so on. And coherence, the cohesive features. Furthermore, use speech markers. Okay, my first point is moving on to my second point, and so on. Okay, so all these cohesive features are given additional marks, so use those. Okay, and the third part is, oops, what happened? Language shows excellent control of a wide range of grammatical forms. Okay, so your past tenses, your future tenses, your present tenses, your subject verb agreement. Most of the time we look at the subject verb agreement. Your sentences are, usually with single word errors, then we usually put you at band 3. Okay, those with so many errors, we usually put them in band 2. Okay, so you need a wide range of vocabulary. Okay, pronunciation is also taken into account in language. Okay, just like for writing, we look into your punctuation. Okay. Something is wrong with my, okay, part 2, my arrow down. Okay, part 2, let's look at what is the criteria. Ideas that are sophisticated, well developed, and convincingly expressed, can relate own contributions skillfully. Again, ideas here. Okay, how you develop your ideas. Okay, next. Interactive communication, how you interact with the other students in your group. That is why we are looking at active discussion. I know you can be active, Karma. Yeah, all right. And then remember, I talked about widen the scope of the interaction, bringing in something new, develops the ideas effectively. This is the part there, all right? It's also in the marking scheme. And the last part, second last part is discourse management, the same, your fluency. Just now in part 1 is also assessed in part 2, and language. I talked about it just now, all right? So I think I'll skip this part. Okay, how to manage a discussion? Okay, let us begin. All right, anyone can start the discussion. It doesn't matter. Okay, allow me to start. That means you are speaking in a very polite way. You are telling them, please allow me to start. We want to find a solution to the, for example, environmental problems in Malaysia. Okay, I would like to start, or I would like to kickstart the discussion by, okay, next, interrupting. I think I spoke about that. Prompting. Okay, prompting is when, the student is not clear and you want to prompt him to speak more about it. Did you say so and so? All right. Okay, closing. Strongly agree. And then partially agree. All right. You have a point there, but okay, I agree with the first 2 points, but okay, in the past, I will share about this. There was a candidate, I can't remember whether he got a band 5 or a band 6, but it was a high band because he was able to rebut every single point raised by the other students in the group. So he noted down the points and he rebutted those points. And then he introduced his own ideas and he managed the group discussion in a very active manner. Okay, and he was playing a very strong part in the group discussion. And that is why he was awarded a band 5. Something is wrong with my slide movement. Okay, I'm a bit doubtful. It's not always the case. That is when you disagree politely. Okay, all right. Let's give it a chance. I think we should go ahead. All right, persuade. Why you need to persuade? Persuade is to get the other candidates to be in the same boat as you. So you want everyone to agree with you. The aim is at the end of the group discussion, everyone will agree with you. So you need to show that you have that power. Okay? All right, that's why I call it a mini debate actually. All right? Giving opinions. All right. Okay, there are a lot of examples here. I'm not going to, okay, this is very important. Okay, these are the possible issues that will come out. So for every issue, you need to have some notes that you can fall it back on. Okay, you have to work on this. Okay, no work, no gain. All right, class. And I see that many of my past students, when I gave them all these notes or they did their own notes, they really got a band 3 at least. So minimum, your aim is a minimum of band 3 class. So that's why you need notes about all these issues. Okay? All right. Without further ado, I would like to invite our friends. Okay, where is it? Okay, Renee, can you please join the StreamYard? Are you ready? Okay, we will have a sample group presentation. I'm waiting for the students to come in. Hi Lau, Jun Hong.
Hi, teacher.
Okay. Hi Lee. Hi Renee.
Good
Oops.
morning, teacher.
Good morning, Renee.
Hello, Jun Hong.
Morning, teacher.
Morning. Hi Cole.
Hello, teacher.
The sound is very bad.
Wait up.
有木是不是应该晕的？
Boleh tak you stop the sound there?
你们看到我吗？
Sound dia.
一个。还有。
Okay, I have given you the question, yeah? The question is, so we are trying to do it according to the question.
Okay.
Okay, to this Ethan, okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to prepare, yeah? Renee and friends,
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
you can open the question now. Okay, I will start the timer for 2 minutes. Students, start now. Okay, the question is, important to make a smart lifestyle choice to stay cancer free. Suggest some ways to reduce the risk of being a cancer patient. Okay, So candidate A talk about the importance of a change of diet. Candidate B, regular exercise. Candidate C, healthy lifestyle. Candidate D, emotional health.
点在里面呢？
So they are preparing right now.
我只看到我一个人，干扰真好。
Okay, time's up, students. All right, you now have 2 minutes to speak. Who is candidate A? Who is candidate A? Renee, is it? Oh, Lee. Okay. Okay, you can switch on your mic. Okay. Okay, start now. I can't hear you. Cannot. Don't. We can't hear you. How ah? Cikgu Azlina, saya tak boleh dengar dia cakap.
你看你要用我的，
Sorry, terima kasih. Tak tahu.
哎，那你可以用我的，你可以用我的。
Yang mana yang tak berkaitan dengan mic?
Okay, that means saya pun kena off lah.
Ya.
Teacher.
Okay,
Lee and Co
start.
is in the backstage.
Sorry. Start again, please.
Lee and Co is in the backstage. Need teacher to arrange them. Teacher, I think we are not on the broadcast.
Okay, we can hear you.
Yeah, because I'm using Jithong screen.
Okay, Ken, never mind. Just speak for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, our time will start now.
All right. So good morning, examiner and all the candidates. So the topic today is it is important. All right, okay.
What happened?
Huh?
Can't hear you again. Start again.
Okay. Did you?
Okay,
Yeah,
start.
can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Okay. Good morning, examiner and all the candidates.
Continue. Okay, I think you all are having a big problem there. Do you want to continue or you want to come here? You come here lah. Or I show a video. What happened? I don't understand. Yesterday
Teacher,
everything was fine.
teacher, is their internet got some problem?
Okay. Renee,
But
you want to start first? You start first.
I let
Junho,
Yanhao
you
use
can hear.
my phone.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
Hi, teacher.
Yes, hi. You are not Renee, I know.
Yeah, I'm Billion.
Okay, start. Start.
Okay, so good morning, examiner, and all the candidates. They are not on broadcast. So the topic today is about it is important to make a smart lifestyle choice to stay cancer free, and it is uh, almost everyone want to achieve the level which is to stay cancer free. So in order to reduce the risk of being a cancer patient, it is important to know that the diet that we consume will cause we get a cancer. All right. So why it is important? Because let's say we are consuming the foods that are not beneficial to us, which is not contain nutrition like fast food or snacks and fried foods, and this may cause the common disease like cholesterol, heart attack, and some more. And it is also important to have high nutritious foods in our daily basis, as this is because those high nutritious foods provide us like fibers, vitamin, and protein that can strengthen our body immune system and to prevent getting the cancer, and it is minimize the risk of being a cancer patient. So that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Renee. Renee pula, Junhong.
Teacher,
Yes,
I'm
thank
Lee.
you,
I'm
thank
Lee.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yes, thank you, Lee. All right, I will give you my comments afterwards. Okay, can I have candidate B?
All right. Okay. 他叫我李丽。好，又叫我金凤。你们全部关掉啊？
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Should I start now?
Yes.
Good morning, examiners and friends. Today I would like to talk about ways to reduce the risk of being a cancer patient. In my opinion, I think that the importance of regular exercise can help to reduce the risk of being cancer patients. This is because exercise helps our body regulate hormones, and this may reduce our cancer risk. Because exercising is associated with lower insulin levels, which also lower the risk of some types of cancer, such as breast and uterine cancer. Other than that, being overweight or obese also raises the risk for several cancers. Uh, how can we maintain the regular exercise? We can try to jogging or doing yoga after our meals for 5 or 10 minutes, and when we are used to it, we can make it up to 20 to 30 minutes. All these light exercises, we can do it for daily. And the research has shown that through regular exercise, the risk reduction of cancer can be more than 20%. Hence, it is important to maintain a regular
That's right.
exercise
Mm.
in order to reduce the risk of being a cancer patient. This is all for me. Thank you.
Renee, can you come?
Yeah.
Okay, now okay. Sorry, Renee, your line wasn't clear. I would advise you to come here. Can you come here?
Can, yeah, sure.
All of you come here now. Okay.
Okay.
While they are coming, okay, I will just give some comments about this topic. Okay. Now, what is the situation of this topic? Okay, I will share my screen again. Okay, the situation is that you need to make a smart lifestyle choice to stay cancer free. So, when you talk about the importance of a change of diet, what do you link it to? Do you link it to diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease? No, you link it to being cancer free. So that is the topic about being cancer free. All right. So this is where you can go off topic a bit. Okay. So this is why you have to be very careful, and you have to talk about how to stay cancer free and how to reduce the risk of being a cancer patient, not being a diabetic patient or a heart or to prevent heart attack. It's not related to that. It's about cancer. So it's different. It's not the same. But candidate A just now had very good ideas. Even candidate B, as I listened to her, she had the content. Okay, she had some ideas. Okay, what are some of the ideas? But of course, if you are a science student, you have a lot of ideas about the chemical and biological components of each food product that can help you to stay cancer free. Okay, but generally, okay, look at candidate A's points talking about the importance of a change of diet. Okay, you need to avoid excessive intake of salt, sugar, and oily foods. That's your first point. Okay, especially sugar. Usually cancer patients, they try to avoid sugar as far as possible. Come in, come in. Okay, can we give them a few chairs? Okay, whoever is speaking can come here. Never mind, you can't come here, because you are speaking. Okay, Renee, come here first. Okay, Renee, you want to speak for 2 minutes, right? Yeah. Okay, you can try again. You speak through my laptop, yeah. So you can hear me. Okay, try again, yeah.
Good morning. Should I start now? Good morning, examiners and friends. It is important to make a smart lifestyle choice to stay cancer-free. So there is some ways to reduce the risk of being a cancer patient. In my opinion, I think that the importance of regular exercise is one of the ways. This is because exercise helps our body regulate hormones. This may reduce our cancer risk because exercising is associated with a lower insulin levels, which also lower the risk of some types of cancer, such as breast and uterine cancer. Moreover, being overweight or obese raises the risk for several cancers. And how can we maintain the regular exercise? We can do some light exercise like jogging, doing yogas for 5 to 10 minutes. And when we are used to it, we can make it up to 20 to 30 minutes. Research has shown that through regular exercises, the risk of reduction for cancer can be more than 20%. Hence, it is important to maintain a regular risk in order to reduce the risk of being a cancer patient. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
It was only 1 minute 53 seconds. Sit down. Next, candidate C.
Just now?
Yes.
Okay, good morning, examiner. I am KTETF, and today I'm about to talk about ways to reduce risk of being cancer patient. It is important to make a smart lifestyle choice to stay cancer free. For my opinion, I think that by having a healthy lifestyle, because one that follow healthy lifestyle, we have a healthy diet such as eating based on food and exercise regularly. Healthy diet help to prevent overeating unhealthy food such as fast food and snack, which will cause cancer if overconsumption. Next, and regular exercise such as 4-day exercise per week is also helps to enhance our immune system to fight against the cancer. Second, one that follow healthy lifestyle will also no smoke, which is one of the common factor that cause some type of cancer. This is because cigarette contain some of the unhealthy chemicals such as nicotine and ammonia. Ammonia causes lung cancer if inhaled too much, and nicotine causes addiction. So by smoking, one will we continuous intake chemicals such as ammonia that will cause lung cancer, and the nicotine will cause them to cause addiction. So they will unable to stop smoking, and eventually causes them to get the cancer. That's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, 1 minute 45.
Good morning, examiners and candidates. it is important to make a smart lifestyle choice to stay cancer-free. I think that the emotional health is the most important to reduce the risk being a cancer patient. First, our body will create a special hormones when we are happy and relaxing. And those hormones will help us to stay healthy and prevent those cancer. For example, our cardiovascular will stay unobstructed. Second, a good emotional health will help us to control our thoughts, feelings, and our behaviors to keep problem in our perspective. For example, we can done our work on time and won't feel stressed and we'll feel happy. And those good emotional will help won't make us insomnia and give us enough sleep. And it will keep our immune system stay well and stay strong. So will reduce the risk being a cancer patient. Thank you.
Okay, you can start the group discussion. Bring your chairs here. Or you can speak here also lah. Never mind, you can speak here. They can all hear you. Why not yours? You all set your chairs here, or you want to come here? Better come here. There is space here. Come here. Okay. Face each other. Yeah. Okay. All right. Is it being shown? No. But your voices can be heard, yeah? Okay. Can you see? Okay. You can start now.
All right. So, good morning, examiner and all the candidates. Our group is going to discuss about what is the ways to help Malaysians live better and longer life and how to, as there is increasing concern about the rise of health patients in Malaysia. Right. So, in order to live better and longer, the most common way is to control our diet. So, it depends on what kind of diet that we consume, and that lead to a healthy life. So, by growing healthy food, I think it is the best way to help Malaysians live better and longer. So, like, let me give an example. There is two people, Mr. A and Mr. B. They are at the same age. All right. So if if Mr. A is consume healthy food, start from like 20 years old, and Mr. B is consume fast food almost daily. Therefore, after 30 years, they are like 50 years old, so that their body condition will have a vast difference. Right? So we can imagine that Mr. B will maybe in the hospital lying in the hospital, and Mr. A more healthy and have a nice look in his life and still maintain the health body. All right. So this is my point. And how about you, candidate C? Candidate D. Sorry.
I agree your opinion, but I think that the team environment is more is the better way to help Malaysian live better and longer. First, what is team environment? The definition of team environment is the carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide are getting lesser and lesser in our atmosphere, and we will inhale fresh air so that our respiratory won't get polluted and keep us from the cancer. So the team environment will provide us a comfortable and conducive place so we can done our work within the time. After we done our work, we won't feel stressed, and this good emotion will affect people around us, so that also create good environment also. So obviously, this environment will help Malaysia live better. Creative B. Tennessee, what is your perspective?
I totally agree with your opinion that clean environment is very important to help Malaysians live better and longer. This is because there is by having a clean environment, there will not be bug, mouse, and any these unhealthy insect or animal to contain our environment. For example, Australia in 1997, it has a mouse plague that happened, which killed a lot of people, and this what causes this is because the unclean environment that have the trash leader in the trash bin. And how did the mouse plague happen is by they contaminate the trash that was left out by the bin, and this will cause the atmosphere or the environment to become contaminated. And people that breathe through this air will get the disease. So it's very dangerous. And second, by having a clean environment, for the standpoint again, you also help to Malaysia live better longer because of the disease. This one is different is the AIDS. By having a clean environment, then we have some water on the pot that didn't clean out, so we will have the causes the reproduce of yellow fever mosquito which causes AIDS. And this continue will kill a lot of people, as this an example in our Malaysia happened before. So by having a clean environment, it totally help in Malaysia live better and longer. This is my opinion for now. How about you, candidate B?
People nowadays they are starting to catch the importance of being healthy to live better and longer, but they don't know how to do it. So I think that through health education is the best way to help them. This is because health education helps people to build knowledge, skills, and positive attitudes about health. It emphasizes the importance of doing physical exercise. Let me give you some examples. Like Malaysians nowadays, they can attend a talk about health education, which is like the topic of how diet and exercises contribute to a healthy lifestyle. This topic is mainly the type of topic suitable for every age. Other than that, health education also teach them about physical, mental, emotional, and social health. When they have a more stable physical, mental, emotional state, they can it can create relation to improve and maintain their health to prevent disease. So I think that health education is more important. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, definitely. Health education will contribute to help Malaysians live a better and longer life. But I think it may cost much to uh, to to organize these health educations wellly. So and because it costs time and many money. But however, I would like to change my point of view to the point affordable medical coverage. All right, so because medical checkup is important to us, as prevent is always better than cure. All right, so why Malaysians are less likely to have a medical checkup? This is because most of the medical checkup are expensive to them, and they think it is a waste of money, as they didn't have any results came up from the checkup. Right, so they would you agree with me? See,
It's convincing, but I still stand on my point, which is clean environment. Because you see, AIDS has been a disease that have a long period in our Malaysia. As it has happened a lot of time, although the outbreak is very small, but it also have a lot of casualty. So we now is thinking about how to help Malaysians live better and longer. So clean environment is very important because, as I say, AIDS can be found as serious in our country. So to help Malaysia live better, we need to make action to the cause that happened in our country. That is my opinion. How about you, Candidate?
Just now, candidate B say that health education is very important, but I think that the good environment is most important because when the student or the people they can educate, but the environment is still dirty, so it doesn't work. So the environment must be clean first, then the health education can work, and the affordable medical coverage also is the same. If the environment is clean, so the people won't get sick easily, and then need not to keep get the medical health. So candidate A, do you think that the affordable medical coverage is very important? Candidate A, do you still think that the affordable medical coverage is still important?
all right. So after listening to you two, candidate C and D, I'm quite convinced. Although the environment is vital to help Malaysians live a better and longer life, but I do agree with candidate B's opinion. This is because health education will help us raise Malaysian health awareness regarding health. All right. So if the awareness of health is increased, the clean environment and the point affordable medical coverage and also grow healthy food is, I think it is doable if the awareness of health within Malaysians is achieved. So, did you?
Yes.
Please.
So based on our opinion, I think that with one and one, I think that clean environment is the best way to help Malaysians live better and longer.
12:02. Give them a round of applause. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Can you proceed to the other part of the classroom? Please maintain your social distance at all times. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. All of you did so well. But I do have some comments. Okay, First of all, I think they were able to interact very well. Okay, so I think that maybe you might just want to hear my comments before you go. All right. So some of the things that we need to know about is the content. Like just now when I talk about change of diet, okay, you also need to eat food rich in nutrients, vitamins, such as broccoli, cauliflower. These are the cruciferous vegetables, okay. When Renee talked about regular exercise, she did a very good job by talking about how exercising helps to regulate hormones. But you know how to exercise. Maybe you could put in some ideas like at least 3 times a week. Okay, that can improve their stamina. Is strengthened by exercising. It actually strengthens your immune system. So when you have a stronger immune system, you can fight cancer much better. So again, you need to link it to how to be cancer free, right? All right. And like, so for example, if you exercise in the morning, you are able to get fresh air with maximum oxygen supply. Avoid evening or night because it's very polluted. Okay. So when you increase, if you exercise at night, there is increased risk of cancer due to pollutants in the air, and it can cause the cells to mutate, cancer cells. All right. So, and then you can, while exercising, you can focus on deep breathing because cancer cells grow in an oxygen deprived environment. So do exercises that require deep breathing, such as Qigong or Pilates for healthy cell growth. Okay. All right. I think I don't have much time for healthy lifestyle and emotional health, but I do want to give you some points about the group discussion. Okay. I think when you talked about the clean environment, it was very well developed, but you can still improve your topic development by talking about better sanitization at public places. Okay. Such as sometimes in places, certain places in Malaysia, you know, you do not have regular garbage pickups times. Okay, so you need regular garbage collection at residential areas. Okay, but you did talk about some points about health education. I think the logical sequence of ideas is very important. Okay, which comes first? Is it that can you achieve a clean environment first, or public education first? I think public education comes first before the clean environment. So if people are educated from a very young age, like for example, not to throw rubbish around, and then they are educated and therefore they will keep the environment clean. Okay, so that is how you can present your ideas. All right, so thank you so much. I would also like to thank all the audience here. Are there any questions? Huh? Are there any questions? Yeah, I know time's up. If no questions, we will end our class here. Okay. I would like to thank the MUET panel and all of the students who have participated in the workshop today. Don't forget to click on the bell icon and subscribe to my channel. More workshops are going to be conducted in the future. So you can follow my channel for more workshops in the future. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.